and we walk into this room, this small room with a bar,
from Impulse.
and there's like 7 people in there.
Yeah.
And George being one of them, and their brothers walk in.
Yeah.
And it was so quiet and small. Like it was such a intimate.
So quiet that I was like, I made a joke like, guys, not to the Jonas Brothers. I made a joke before they walked in, being like, should I sing? Like it was like people. It was like eerily quiet.
Eerily quiet. People were like whispering. There was 7 people tops in the room.
Yeah.
And the 3 of them come walking in. They go around, say hi to everyone, hug us, hello. Yeah. Fran texted me after being like, they hugged us, right? And I was like, yes, they each one of them hugged us.
I'm truly black out in these moments. Yeah. Like I like how I'm glad I had somebody like there with me, or else I kind of forget what happens.
The worst but best part of this was that I was wearing the I Heart Nick shirt. And so as we're walking into this room, I'm like, where are we going? I'm wearing this I Heart Nick shirt. It's supposed to be a joke because Fran loves Nick. And like, I just thought it was funny to wear the show. But now what if Nick sees this? Like Nick is about to see this shirt. And they walk in, they were like, nice shirt. And I was like.
You made a joke, you would have been upset if it said Joe.
Well, yeah, I was getting there. Yeah. I was said, you know, I wore it as a joke, and he was like, well, I mean, I love the shirt. Like, I would have been pissed if it said Joe. And I was like, good point. Good point, Nick. Yep. And then Fran turns to him and goes, you know I'm a Nick girl. And I was like, I can't believe she just said that to him. He knows, but I was just like the confidence. It was just,
the context
I was proud of you.
Explaining like why she was in the shirt. And I was like, oh, you know, it was kind of like a joke because, you know, I'm a Nick girl.
I was proud of you that you felt so comfortable to say that to him.
I don't know what it is, but it's not confidence. It's just pure adrenaline and nerves. And
you love them so
word
much.
vomit.
Yeah. You're
like I'm like, the words come pouring out of my mouth, and then I'm like, why did I just say that?
Yeah, but it was really cool. They were really nice, happy to see us. Kevin introduced us to some people, and he was like, oh, they have a pretty big podcast.
Big podcast.
And
Thanks, Kevin.
Joe was just like, we have some really cool things planned. Like Joe's just really cool.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get some details out of them. You know, I was like, so you guys are like really playing the whole album? He's like, you gotta wait and see. He's like, make sure you're at your seats like when it starts. We're like, okay.
They were very adamant about that. But the bartender was asking Nick if he wanted anything. She kept being like, you want something, whatever, you want M&Ms? He goes, fine, I'll take some M&Ms. And he opens up the package of M&Ms, and he turns to George and his girlfriend and offers them M&Ms, and George takes them, and his girlfriend says no. And then after the show, George was like, I was like, babe, if Nick Jonas offers you M&Ms, you fucking take the M&Ms, which was very funny. And then of course I was like, Nick, you think we could get a picture? You know, I'm wearing this shirt, you're standing right here. And so that's how that picture happened. And it was, but the show itself.
I asked for a selfie. I was like, quick selfie, guys.
Which, you know, I was really happy they said yes, because remember the first time we ever met them when we did the drunk thing and we wanted to take pictures and they were like, no, at Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't get any pictures with them. We had no proof that we were with them.
Yeah. That was like, I understood that setting though. That was like back room after party, like we're just trying to like relax,
right,
kind of vibe.
Yeah,
you know.
And this was like pre-show, whatever. But it was they were so nice.
How long do you think you got back there?
It feels like a lifetime. It was probably 4 minutes. Like
it was like
total.
Yeah, talking to them 4 minutes total. We were back there for about like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But they were very nice and welcoming and cool, and
they were warming up.
Yeah.
Nick and Kevin mingled a little longer. Joe was starting to warm up, doing his vocal warm ups.
Really?
Yeah. It was it's just so crazy. They're so tiny. But it's just funny, like seeing, like when we've been with them before, but like, you know.
Yeah.
My short kings.
Yes, she texted me, she goes, man, I love those short kings after. But it was really such a cool experience, and the show itself was
absolutely
amazing.
Unreal presence.
Yeah,
they like it just gets me every time.
They're very cool, and the show was unbelievable. They did such an amazing job, you know, just rocking out.
It was a really cool show. They started and brought out some people to read excerpts from the book, which, you know, they were infamous book that they were supposed to have a book come out multiple years ago now, just never came out. I don't know if that's like something that's still going to come out, but they read about like the early years specifically this album, Jonas Brothers self-titled album. And then they played like a video on the screen about where they were at this time, like old clips of them. And they came out, played the whole album straight through, took a little intermission, came back, played some hits. It was amazing. And then they left and they were just like walking down the street. I think going to get a slice of pizza or something, and just people were just chasing after them.
It was something
yeah,
like
it was
you
crazy.
see the paparazzi videos online of like fans chasing after people.
Yeah.
This was
You saw
happening.
them?
Yeah, this was happening in real time.
We saw them walk down the sidewalk with like security, and there's a couple cops with them, and they're
girls chasing them. It was unreal.
Well, there was like some girls that were trying to like casually hang like around them, but then people noticed what was happening, and like bunch of people just started running after them.
Yeah, it was seeing it in real life was pretty cool, but the whole experience was
No
awesome.
wives
It was
were there?
fucking
Sophie was
was
there.
right
Sophie
like
was there.
above us on the but oh my god.
I don't know who we know Sophie was there because we could physically see Sophie. I don't know if anybody else was there.
What a fucking thrill. What a night. I was on such
They're
a
the best.
high. I couldn't fall asleep till like 3 a.m. Like
Yeah.
I was on I felt like I performed. Like
Yeah.
I was on the Joe Bro high. The next morning I had the Jonas Brother hangover.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. Like I got hit by a bus the next day. That's how
It's
that's
just
how you pour
like,
your heart into the
it
show
is
when
just,
you're there.
honestly, it's such a great idea. And so many artists, it's hard because, you know, it is a very small place. People want to go. I could imagine for big artists, it's hard to figure out like the right spot for that. But we were saying like if other artists did this, it would be so popular, like to do 5 nights or however many nights, like somewhere really cool that you're like, you play the whole album straight through. Like they're never playing Australia. They're never playing Game. They're not playing these songs when they're doing shows, and they've been doing it every night. And they did it for a little bit longer. And I'm going tonight for Lines, Vines, and Trying Times, and I'm just like, I can't believe they're going to play this album straight through. There's just one specific song that I'm like, in my brain cannot comprehend that they're going to play it. I'm like, I still think they might just skip it. It's because it's just like. It's a song with Common, and it's just like arguably their worst song ever.
Oh, really?
For my personal taste, and it's just like so funny because it's on the album, but I don't know if they've ever performed it live.
Maybe they'll make a joke about it and then do it.
I think they will, because I really do think it's like, well, the first 2 nights they played every song. So if you can't just skip one. So I'm just, my brain is just gonna explode. Like
Right.
and
if you're going to the show, it's front to back, which is awesome. Just
Yeah,
like straight
in order.
through, in order.
Straight
so if
through.
you listen to the album in order, you'll know what's coming next.